For more on the Hajj pilgrimage this year and how current world crises are affecting the mood there, we're joined by Ebrahim Moosa. He's a professor of Islamic studies at the University of Notre Dame. He's joining us live from the U.S. state of North Carolina. Let's talk about the significance of this journey to Mecca. Why do Muslims see this as so important for their faith?
This is one of the most important events in the life of a devout Muslim. Whoever can afford it should go to Mecca to perform the pilgrimage. And today was the big day when Muslims, 2 million of them, stood on the plains of Arafah in an act of repentance and asking for forgiveness and wanting to change and transform their lives. And tomorrow they will go through a number of rituals. And in many ways, this is a way in which Islam connects with the rituals and the practices of the Prophet Abraham, Nabi Ibrahim as Muslims call him, and reenact his footsteps with his family, Hagar, and in the Muslim tradition, Ishmael, and things that happened there thousands of years ago in those environs. So it's a very, very important symbolic activity that Muslims are undertaking in the next few days.
Now, steeped in tradition, but let's talk about present day. As we mentioned earlier, concerns are around about ISIL. How big of a security threat does the group pose at the pilgrimage, especially given the fact that Saudi Arabia is part of this anti-ISIL coalition?
Of course, you know, this group ISIL has shown that it doesn't have any barriers to its levels of violence, and so I think the Saudi authorities are taking the right steps to be vigilant and to be alert, and it will certainly be a very heinous act on their part if they did try to do something to innocent pilgrims who are there. So I think caution is clearly the optimal word there. I've just come back from Lebanon, and there are fears in Lebanon and countries in the region that the threat of ISIL is real, and many people believe there that they should be eliminated in whatever effective way that can happen.
Also, there are fears about Ebola. So many people packed together. What measures are being implemented to calm those fears, do you think?
I think that the diseases and contagious diseases, the Saudi authorities have in the past shown that they take these threats very seriously, and I think they have recently announced that they're going to be cautious without creating a state of paranoia. And I think that they do have the facilities to respond to any kind of emergency outbreaks of these kinds of diseases, and they've used all kinds of modern technology, including Twitter and all kinds of apps, in order to inform the public that are there, as well as to take action whenever it is needed.
You talked about Twitter and apps. I guess the Saudi Health Ministry even has a smartphone app to provide information for folks there. Talk to me about the feeling about technology playing such a prominent role now in such a traditional event.
Yeah, it's one of the most interesting developments that's happening in all religious traditions, in how people are engaging and using modern technology to keep themselves informed, to get access to information of how to perform the ritual. But even nowadays, they don't even have to carry the physical Quran with them, because the Quran, that is the holy book of Muslims, is now available in the form of an app, and they can read it on their cell phones. So a whole range of practices have been changed as a result of these accessible media that we have and we carry around in our pockets.
Ebrahim Moosa joining us from North Carolina. Thanks so much for being on the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.